Good morning. So we are back in the gym car park, ready for chest day, ready for another big week of training. But as you can maybe tell, I am not really feeling that ready for it. Pretty low on energy this morning. And also, why is the gym car park this busy? Why are all these people not at work? Did they not realise that I need to try and film some content? Honestly, it's 11 o'clock on a Monday. These people just not have jobs. Anyway, so the plan that I'm really trying to follow is hitting a strength session and a cardio session every day, or strength at least 3 times a week anyway. Chest, back and shoulders. Throwing arms and core in at the end of those sessions as well. Why don't I do legs, I hear you ask? Well, because I tried doing a leg day, and one, I've lost quite a bit of strength in my legs. So I got humbled and then I went in a mood. And 2, leg days just absolutely write me off for the entire week, which is obviously a bit of a nightmare when you're trying to do all this other cardio. So I probably should actually start implementing like a lower impact leg day, but I don't want to look like I'm weak in the gym. So that's a bit of a nightmare really. Should probably try and get over myself. So yeah, we're gonna go in and try and get chest day done. Morning, so first run of the week. Thought would come out because it looked like it'd be a really nice day outside, which it is, but it's so windy, so it's actually freezing, but at least we're outside. So we're doing a nice hour's worth of run today, so that's probably going to be about 10 or 12k. So the plan yesterday after the gym was to go swimming, but after a couple of dog walks I just absolutely crashed. Ended up falling asleep downstairs about 8:30, so I'm feeling pretty rested, to be fair. Not so sure that's the case for Abby. So we're back on the way to the gym now for the second session of the day. Shoulders is on the plan for today, but we're going to tag on a little bit of arms and abs at the end of it. The sleep actually hasn't been half as bad as I thought it was going to be looking after a newborn. Honestly, I thought it was going to be literally up all night, but I mean, Abby might tell you a different story, but for me personally, I've probably been getting about 4 or 5 hours. Obviously that's very broken. Like Charlie will wake up, I'll change him, pass him over to Abby to feed him, and then luckily I can actually then get my head down and go back to sleep for a little bit. Yeah, obviously it's just great that I'm on paternity leave because I can just come to the gym now. It's 3 o'clock on a random Tuesday, so I've obviously got time, if I have got some broken sleep, to just recover and have a coffee and just chill and get myself mentally psyched up for the actual session. Definitely going to be a reality check when I go back to work next week, and I'm going to have to start setting the alarm for like 4-5 o'clock or whatever to get the session in before work. And then I'm just really going to have to be motivated to do something afterwards, especially those days when I'm in the office. Obviously working from home, I can be out the door for just after 5, getting the session done straight away, but if I don't get home till 6:30, obviously then we've got to take into consideration a dog walk, actually spending time with Charlie and Abby, I suppose. So yeah, those days are going to be tough. I'll probably use one of my office days as a rest day. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to definitely sit down and work out a proper plan of how to fit everything in when I'm back to work. But that's next week's problem. Let's go hit shoulders. Okay, so we've got the route of the week on Zwift. It's 24.6 kilometers, 352 meters of elevation. Duration is supposed to be about 55 minutes. Looks like there's an absolutely massive incline at the end of this route, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. So yeah, we're gonna get that done, and then hopefully we can go to the pool and get a little swim done. It's not looking too bad in terms of busyness. I've had a look at the booking system and actually doesn't look like there's anyone booked in, which is great because normally at 4 o'clock there's only a medium and a slow lane, and of course you get people walking in the medium lane, which is absolutely class. Yeah, fingers crossed we can get that done. If I do end up going swimming, I will put the screenshot up here somewhere, not figured out which way I'll put it. So if you don't see a screenshot, I've sacked off swimming. So we'll get this bike ride done first and then see where we'll go from there. Right, okay, so today we're going to go for a very long run because we were in bed last night and I got a notification from Uber Eats that there was 30% off. So Abby got a £35 Uber Eats voucher from work. And I was going to save it for Mother's Day, but obviously love a bargain. We decided to pre-order £30 worth of cake at 6 o'clock this morning. Don't know if that's what a normal person does, but really looking forward to that. But we've got a fair amount coming, so I'm going to go for a massive run. Not that I need to end my food, but if I don't do that, I feel like my mental health will just spiral. So we're going to go for hopefully around 15. We'll see how we go though, because the legs are feeling very heavy and it's the windiest day ever outside, so this is actually going to be pretty brutal. So obviously I am in no way sponsored by Uber Eats, however I feel like that was a pretty seamless ad if I was sponsored by anyone. So if there's any companies out there watching this video, let's start a conversation. So run done, now time for the main event, because I know you've all been dying to know what we're going to get. So box one. So we've got a Malteser stuffed cookie, cream egg stuffed cookie, and a Galaxy caramel stuffed cookie. They look unreal. Box two, we've got 2 bits of carrot cake. So Abby and I are going to be sharing one each. Box 3, we've got funfetti cake. That one's for Abby, so don't care about that one. Final box for the main event is chocolate, death by chocolate cake. Don't know if that looks very good on camera, but in real life, it looks dense. There we go. Let's eat them. Okay, so here is the cake review that absolutely no one asked for. So we started off with the carrot cake. Would probably give that a 6.5 out of 10. I feel like if I'm going to be having 1,000 calories plus on a bit of cake, I want to feel like I'm having 1,000 calories, so I need it to be dense, I need it to be full of buttercream, and I just need it to be, you know, a bit of substance. Whereas, I mean, I know it's carrot cake, it's maybe supposed to be healthy, but it was quite like a light cake. Don't know who I think I am giving this kind of review, but yeah, definitely needed more buttercream. And then moved straight on to the chocolate cake, and to be fair, that was absolutely sensational. Gooey, dense, just unreal. Buttercream was absolutely, oh well, mouth watering even thinking about it again right now. However, £7.30 I think I paid for it, when considering I can go to Costco and get a full cake for about £13, which is actually pretty banging as well. Don't know if I'd pay £7.30 again for it, but there we go. So to be fair, I don't actually feel bad considering that I've just had that. So we're off to the gym now to do back, and then yes, we will be tackling the Galaxy stuffed cookie, and then I'm sharing the cream egg cookie with Abby later. So yes, probably will feel a little bit sick later on, but you know, you've got to have these days sometimes, haven't you? I've not had a cheat day in at least 24 hours, so you've got to reward yourself, haven't you, sometimes. And then also I realised that I really need to get over filming myself in the gym. So I feel like this week I've said I'm going to the gym about 3 times, and I've not actually showed you any footage of me being in the gym. And obviously if you're following this to watch training fitness content, you don't just want to be watching me talking into the camera, because no one wants that. So yes, I need to try and figure out how to get more footage of me actually doing the actual exercise that I'm planning on doing, rather than me just talking about it. But it's only the second video, so obviously still learning. I also realised that I watched the footage of the cakes back, and to be honest, the video didn't do it justice. I was a little bit disappointed, and then I was too busy wanting to just stuff my face with the actual cake. I didn't get any pictures of them either, and then I didn't refilm the content because, like I say, I wanted to just eat them. So that's a bit of a nightmare, but honestly in person they did look pretty good, to be honest.
Right, so last night was an absolute nightmare. Charlie's been awake since about 2 o'clock. He's not shut his eyes. Well, he's actually finally asleep now, to be fair. So he's just been fussing, been trying to settle him. So I missed the session this morning. It was a real nice day, so I was going to go out for a run. But we've just had to come into town now to register his birth. So we've just been for an unreal lunch. And we obviously had to get a bit of a sweet treat afterwards. Probably not going to be able to get a double session in today because we've got some friends coming around. So yeah, we'll go on now, eat a sweet treat, see if we can get a run done.
Yesterday turned out to be a full rest day. Got back from town, had the sweet treat, then just absolutely crashed. Whether it was a sugar crash or just a general crash. So we're just out for our long run today. So the plan is to do about 20k-ish. I've got about an hour to do 15k. We're 2k in at the minute, so the plan is to do that and then meet Abby and Charlie at parkrun, then obviously do the 5k parkrun to bring the total up to about 20k. So not feeling too bad, to be fair, but we are only 10 minutes in, so ask me again in about an hour and a half. The amount of time it takes to make an Instagram reel and TikTok is absolutely ridiculous. And then turns out the Instagram reel was probably the blurriest thing you've ever seen. So that's an absolute nightmare. So no wonder only about 10 people have watched it. Considering part of social media is in my actual job, I'm actually pretty terrible at it. So if anyone's watching from work, please don't sack me. Okay, so we're at 7.7k. Just come up to 8:30, so probably not far off. Half an hour to get myself back over to parkrun. But my toxic trait is my competitiveness takes over every time I get to parkrun. So I really need to take it steady. But I say I'm going to take it steady every single week, then I end up sending it. So we'll see how we get on, but I just need to make sure that I absolutely blow myself out. So in terms of Edinburgh Marathon prep, I think we're about 10 or 11 weeks out. So I can go out pretty consistently and do 15k. So starting from this week, I'm going to up that to probably half marathon distance, do that for a few weeks, up it to 25k, a couple of weeks of that, up it to 30k. Then I think the most I'm going to go to is about 35k. So it's 8:57, just hit 13k, heading to the start line of parkrun now. So I think we're probably going to be a bit short of the half marathon on distance, but we'll still probably get about 18k. So not too bad, I'll take that. So we just had a lovely little rest day today. It's Mother's Day, so just thought I'd take one last day to just spend time with Abby and Charlie, especially because it's the last day before work tomorrow. So yeah, just been out for a few dog walks, just got back now. Not feeling too great though, like I was actually debating to go in the garage to do a little turbo trainer session because I feel pretty shocking because I got Abby a little biscuity kind of hamper thing for Mother's Day and decided to just fully send the biscuits. So I will put the calories here. So yeah, this week hasn't been great in terms of dieting. So should probably rectify that next week and get back on track. But yeah, there you go, another full week done of training. So like I say, back to work tomorrow. So that's where the real work starts. So see you then.